God's healing hand. God delights in restoring us. David encouraged himself in the Lord. Then David was greatly discouraged and distressed. 1 Samuel 30 and verse 6. These are familiar words in Scripture about David. He had just returned from Gath, where King Achish had said to him, "I know that you are as good in my sight as an angel of God." 29 verse 9. With those praises ringing in his ears, David and his men returned to Ziklag, anxious to be reunited with their wives and their children. When they got there, however, they found their city burned to the ground, their homes destroyed, their children and wives gone. The Amalekites had invaded while David was in Aphek and taken captive all that was precious to him and his men. What a horrible day of infamy in the life of this anointed man of God. Then David and the people who were with him lifted up their voices and wept until they had no more power to weep. Chapter 30, verse 4. The people rose up in anger because of their overwhelming grief. There was even a talk of stoning David. David himself was torn with grief. Then David was greatly distressed. 30 verse 6. They all had come to the end of their rope or tether, hopeless and swallowed up in despair. Believe it or not, God's hand was in this apparent tragedy. He had incredible blessings ahead, and he alone could solve this situation. David knew this was true of the Lord in so many situations. He'd experienced it before. So what did this child of God do when discouragement had set in and he felt useless? Like a complete failure, abandoned by God and rejected by those who once cared. David strengthened, encouraged himself in the Lord, his God. 30 verse 6. David had learned to stand alone, dependent only on God. What a victorious sight now. David standing amid the ruins of his life, rejoicing in God's faithfulness. Strange, eh? And encouraging himself in the presence of the Lord. Sounds like Paul and Silas in the prison when they sang praises. Once a lesson was learned, God opened the heavens and spoke clearly to David. So David inquired of the Lord, and he, that's God, answered him without fail, "You will receive, you will recover all." 30 verse 8. It was true. David and his men recovered all, with nothing lacking. It could only happen by the hand of God.